Okay, let's go ahead and look at division. Well, just like multiplication, we had the rule that the sum of the logs is the log of the product. For division, we're going to use the rule. The difference of the logs is the log of the quotient. So log of A minus log of B is equal to log of A over B. Let's go over to our slide rule here. And now if we want to do division, let's say we want to do 3 divided by 2. Well, instead of adding distance, we're going to subtract distances. What I'm going to do is, I have the distance 3, and focus on that right there. I'm going to pull that over to the 2. Right? And I want to take this distance 2 away from the distance 3, putting me right up here at, slide rule over a second, 1.5. So 3 halves is 1.5. Well, as it turns out, you can view any division along here as a fraction. Alright, let's say I want to work with 5/6. Okay. What I'm going to do is have my 6 right over here, and I'm going to put a 5 on top of that, so we have 5 over 6. And that would be the same as 10 over 12. We have 12 out here. It's also the same as, say, 2 over 2.4. Right, you could reduce fractions very quickly with this. Like, let's take a fraction that we would want to reduce, something like 8 over 6. Right? We could reduce that to 4/3, and indeed, if we look over here, we have 4/3. So it's a real quick way to reduce fractions. And if you want an actual decimal value for that, well, in order to get a decimal value, what you want to do is reduce it to the point where you have 1 in the denominator. Well, here's 1 in the denominator, and there's your value for 4/3. It's actually 1.33, I think, right? Here's the 1, and there's your secondary mark 3, and tertiary marks, which you have 3, 3. Your other option for dividing, we know with dividing it suffices to multiply by the reciprocal. So we could use the CL scale like we were doing before. Right, if I wanted 2 divided by 3, 2/3, right, I could line up my index with 2 right there. And instead of going and getting my 3 over here, I would get my 3 off with the CL scale. So really what I'm getting is the value for 1/3 on the C scale by going to 3 on the CL scale. And that puts me right at 6, secondary mark 6, tertiary mark 6. So my value is 0.666, as it should be for 2/3.